Most beginners selling AI agents lose the deal before the call even starts. Not because their agent is bad, not because the automation does not work, not because the tool is not powerful. They lose because they explain the tool instead of diagnosing the business. They jump on calls and say, my agent automates follow-ups, it connects to your CRM, it responds instantly, it runs 24/7, it qualifies leads. And the business owner is thinking, okay, but why should I care? That is the mistake. Business owners do not buy AI agents, they buy fewer missed leads, faster follow-up, less admin work, more booked appointments. They buy problems disappearing. So in this video, I'm going to show you the sales system most beginners completely miss. It's simple. Diagnose the pain, calculate the cost, position AI as the bridge. And when you understand that, selling AI gets way easier because you stop sounding like the AI guy and start sounding like someone who understands business. The biggest problem in the AI agency space right now is that everybody sounds the same. Everybody says, I build AI automations, I build AI agents, I help businesses save time with AI, and I automate workflows. And yes, that technically might be true, but it's vague and it's boring. It does not make the business owner feel like they're understood. Most beginners think the AI agent is the product. It is not. The outcome is the product. The agent is just the mechanism. And this is the first shift. If you sell the mechanism, you sound like everybody else. And if you sell the outcome, you sound like somebody that's worth listening to. Because business owners do not wake up excited about automation. They wake up stressed about their problems. They're thinking, why are my leads not converting? Why is my team wasting so much time? Why are customers not getting followed up with? And why are we doing the same manual tasks every day? And that is where the sale lives, not in the tool, but in the pain. Most beginners lead with features. They say our AI agent responds instantly, it books appointments, it answers questions, it qualifies leads, it integrates with your calendar. And to you that sounds great because you know how much work went into building it. But to the business owner, it sounds like more software. And the business owner already has enough software. They have a CRM, a website, forms, calendars, inboxes, missed messages, team members forgetting to follow up. So when you come in and say, I have another tool, they do not automatically care. You have to show them why the tool matters. You have to connect the feature to the pain. Do not just say it responds instantly. Say right now, leads are reaching out when they are most interested. But if your team waits hours to reply, that lead may already be gone. Do not say it books appointments. Say right now, interested people are failing through the cracks before they even get on your calendar. Do not just say it qualifies leads. Say, right now your team may be wasting time talking to people who were never serious buyers in the first place. That is the difference. Features explain what the system does. Pain explains why they should care. Here is the better way to sell AI agents. Do not start by pitching. Start by diagnosing. Your job on the first call is not to prove how smart you are. Your job is to find where the business is leaking. Leaking time, leaking money, and leaking attention. Ask questions like, how are leads coming in right now? What happens after someone fills out a form? How fast does your team respond? What tasks are still being done manually? Where do leads usually fall through? What parts of the process feel slow or messy? And what does your team hate doing every day? These questions are powerful because they make the business owner say the problem out loud. And when someone says their own problem out loud, you do not have to force the sale. They start realizing that they need a solution automatically. And that's why discovery matters. And most beginners rush to pitch, but the money is in the diagnosis. Because once you understand the pain, you can position AI as the obvious natural next step. Let me give you an example. Say you are talking to a med spa owner. A beginner would say, our AI agent responds to leads automatically, qualifies them, answers questions, and books consultation. That sounds useful, right? But it does not create urgency. So here's what you should do instead. Ask, when someone fills out your form for Botox fillers, laser hair removal, or weight loss treatment, how fast does your team respond? And this question matters because if the answer is a few hours, then you just found yourself the bottleneck. That lead is warm right now. It's interested right now in comparing options right now. And if your med spa waits 4 hours for a reply, then there's a good chance they already booked somewhere else. So just to recap, the problem is not you need an AI agent. The problem is your follow-up is too slow. And slow follow-up costs money. So let's say they get 20 inquiries a month, and out of those 20, 5 of those people go cold because nobody responded fast enough. That could be thousands of dollars in lost treatment every month. Now the AI is not even the main character, the pain is. The AI is just a bridge. It responds instantly, answers basic questions, qualifies the leads, books the consultation, and even follows up if they don't respond. But you explaining those features after they understand the pain, because now they're not thinking, oh, it's just the AI chatbot. They're thinking, how much money am I losing because my team is too slow? That is how you sell AI agents, not by sounding technical, but by making the cost of inaction painfully obvious. So here is the framework: current pain, cost of pain, future state, AI bridge. First, let's go over the current pain. What is happening right now? Are they responding too slowly, missing leads, forgetting follow-ups, answering the same questions manually, spending hours on admin, or losing people before they book? Second, cost of pain. What is that pain costing them? This is where most beginners stop too early. They find the problem, but they do not make the problem feel expensive. You have to help the owner see the real cost. If leads are waiting 6 hours for a response, then how many are getting cold? Team answers the same questions every day. How many hours are being wasted? If the consultations are not being booked fast enough, how much revenue is being left on the table? Third, future state. What does life look like after the system is installed? Leads get instant responses, interested people book faster, and the team stops chasing every inquiry manually, and follow-ups happen automatically. Low lead gets forgotten, and the owner has a clear, faster process. Fourth, the AI bridge. Only then do you explain the AI. The AI is not the pitch, it's just a bridge. From the painful current state to the future better state. That order matters. Start with AI and you sound like a vendor. Start with a pain and you sound like a consultant. And consultants are the ones who get trusted. This works because business owners are practical. They do not care about AI the way people online care about AI. They do not care that your workflow has 10 steps. They do not care that you use the newest tool. They do not care that your agent has memory, routing, triggers, and integrations. What they care about is the simple things. Will this book more appointments? Will this save my team time? Will this stop leads from slipping through the cracks? Will this make the business run smooth? Will this help us make more money? That is it. So if your pitch sounds technical, make the sale harder. If your pitch sounds like you understand their business, then everything changes. The owner starts thinking that this person gets it. And that is exactly where you want to be, because when someone feels understood, they listen differently. Stop comparing you to every other AI agency. Stop thinking about the tool. They start thinking about the problem. And once the problem feels expensive, the solution becomes easier to sell. This is why the phrase AI agent can actually hurt you if you use it the wrong way. Most business owners do not know what that really means anymore. And even if they do, they may not care. If you say, I build AI agents for med spas, that's okay, but this is stronger. I help med spas respond to every lead instantly and book more consultations before competitors can get to them. One sounds like a tool, the other sounds like a business outcome. Do not say, I build AI follow-up systems. Instead say, I help service businesses stop losing warm leads because nobody followed up fast enough. Do not say, I build AI appointment setters. Say, I help clinics turn more website inquiries into booked appointments automatically. Do not say, I build AI chatbots. Say, I help businesses answer customer questions instantly without adding more staff. That is how you make the offer easier to understand. You're not removing AI from the offer, you're just putting it in the right place. The outcome comes first, the AI comes second. If I were starting from zero, here's what I would do. I would not build 10 different agents. I would not spend months learning every tool. I would not wait until I felt like a technical expert on the subject. I would just pick one niche: med spas, roofers, real estate agents, gyms, home service businesses. Then I would study their entire customer journey. How do they get leads? Where do these leads come from? Whether it's website forums, DMs, phone calls, Google Ads, Meta Ads, referrals. Then I would study what happens after the lead comes in. How fast do they respond? Who responds? What do they say? How do they qualify the person? How do they book the appointment? What happens if the person does not answer? What happens if they ask questions? What happens if they go cold? That is where you find the opportunity. The best AI offer usually comes from broken steps in their customer journey, not from some random automation idea. You're looking for friction, slow responses, manual work, forgotten follow-ups, missed appointments, unqualified leads, repeated questions, messy handoffs. That is where AI becomes valuable. Once you find the bottleneck, now you need to make the offer specific. Do not say that I help med spas with AI. Say, I help med spas respond to every new lead in under 30 seconds and automatically book more consultations. That is specific. Do not say I automate follow-ups. Say I help med spas recover leads that normally would go cold because nobody followed up fast enough. That is specific. Do not say that I build custom AI agents. I build a lead follow-up system that responds instantly, answers common questions, qualifies the person, and pushes them towards the booking. That is clear. The more specific your offer is, the easier it is to understand. And when something is easy to understand, it is easier to buy. A confused buyer does not buy. A clear buyer can make a decision. So simplify the offer. One niche, one painful problem, one clear outcome, one AI system that bridges the gap. That is enough. On the sales call, do not start with the demo. Do not start with the feature list. Do not start with the technical details. Start with questions. You can say, before I show you anything, I want to understand how your current lead gen process actually works. Then you can say, when someone reaches out, where does that lead go? How fast does your team usually respond? What percentage of those leads actually book? Where do you think people usually drop off at? What happens if somebody calls after hours? Do you have a follow-up process if they do not respond? Is that process automatic or is it manual? These questions reveal the pain. Then, once you find the pain, repeat it back to them. You can say, so if I'm understanding this correctly, the issue is not getting leads because you're getting leads. The issue is that some of them are going cold because the follow-up is too slow or inconsistent. That line is powerful because it proves you understand the business. Then you say, that is exactly where this AI system fits. Now the demo matters because the demo is no longer random. It's attached to the problem they already admitted that they have. This is why non-technical people can still win in the AI agency space. You do not need to be the best developer to sell a valuable AI solution. You just need to understand the customer, the pain, the workflow, the bottleneck, the money being lost, and you need to communicate the solution clearly. Yes, the technical side does matter. The system has to work, fulfillment has to be solid, the clients has to get the results. But the front end of the business is not just the development, it is the research, outreach, positioning, sales, discovery, project management, client communication. And a lot of the technical people are not great at all of those things. And this creates the opportunity because if you can understand the business problem and sell the solution and either build it or partner with someone who can, you have a real business. You're not just selling automation, you're selling clarity, speed, recovery, better process, and that is just so much more valuable. So the main lesson is very simple. Stop trying to sell AI, start selling the problems going away. Business owners do not care how impressive your agent sounds if they do not understand why it matters. They care about what is broken, what is costing them money, what is wasting their time, what is making their process messy. Your job is to find the pain, calculate the cost, sow the future state, and position AI as the bridge. That is the entire game. When you do that, you stop sounding like every other beginner saying, I build AI agents, and you start sounding like somebody who can actually help. That gets their attention, it builds trust, and that's what closes deals. So if you want me to make a video breaking down the easiest AI agent to sell first as a beginner, comment agent. And if you're technical, comment builder. If you're non-technical, comment seller. I want to see which side most people watching this are on.